What is up? What is up, family? This is your girl, Stephanie, aka Edini House to Supplify. I am outside here at the park. I got me a new place, a new spot that I'm gonna start. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start coming while I'm here. Um, Absolutely love my new spot. But anyway, as you just saw that yawn, I literally fell asleep out here. Um, oh, it was the best. That was the best nap. Oh my gosh. So I brought my little bag that I keep my cards and stuff in. Last time I was out here, I just brought a tarot deck, but I actually have a little container, a bag, or whatever, and a container that has a few different decks in it, you know, and that's designated for when I'm out here. These cards wanted to fall out. I'm just gonna read off what they say, the words on them, and then put them back in the deck. But we have balance, Archangel Gabriel. We have romance, angel or messenger, because I read earlier today that angels are just messengers. We see them as, these huge, or we have this big view of them, angelic beings and all of that, kind of like they're gods or whatever, goddesses, but they're just messengers. So we have Zapkiel. And so, I don't know if you've been on the spiritual journey, then you've heard the term Earth Angel. I was not expecting it to be chilly today, but it's chilly out here, and I didn't even have my jacket when I first came out here. But I went back to my car for something. I said I might need to get my jacket. So happy I did. I wouldn't have been able to be out here this long had I not. So we have here hole in the soul. Okay, so I feel like there perhaps a romance that you've been through, or at one point in your life, may have been many years ago. However, that relationship, that the ending of that relationship possibly have left a hole in your soul. Look at that. The next card out is sadness. And Spirit wants us to bring balance to that. Work to bring balance to that. Look at that, love. So this is definitely a love situation has left a hole in your soul, and Spirit wants to bring attention to that, wants you to think back onto that, because possibly you've just glazed over and was like, oh, I'm all right, I'm okay, I've healed from that. I'm actually going to leave these cards, so I'm not going to put them back. Just kind of glazed over it. But Spirit wants you to make sure that you're fully healed from that. A great way, look at that, Earth Force, and a great way that you can heal from that with the messenger or angel of Atlantis, Raphael. One way that you can heal from that is coming outside into nature and grounding your energy and allowing Mother Earth ground and send that energy, that heartbreak, that sadness into Mother Earth, and allow her to transmute it, because as you free yourself and you heal yourself from that sadness, that deep sadness that is in you, it's going to open you up so that you can discover your life purpose. All right, so bottom of the deck we have serenity. Okay, so again, you may not even notice how much that relationship affected you. but it has stifled you, whether you know it or not. That relationship has stifled you, and it's time for you to pay a bit. Look at that. This card just popped out, the Five of Cups. And this is the card about, crying over spilt milk, regrets from the past, past regrets. And when it comes to relationships, look at that, the Queen of fucking Cups. Spirit wants you to heal. Queen of Cups, the queen is like the part of, that's you're at that final step to mastering. And I feel like you may need to revisit that in order to, look at that, crazy. In order to, Six of Wands, look at that, to truly be victorious in healing from that energy and moving on, and truly gaining the serenity, the peace, to remove the blockages to your intuition so that you can live the life that you want, so that you can discover your life purpose. Like, you've been stunted, your growth has been stunted. Five, look at that, conflict. Five of Wands, conflict in the area, because Wands represents like your spirituality, your passions, that fiery energy. And you've been stunted in your spiritual growth, and just your growth, period. Because when one thing is off, everything is off. And we are humans we're spirits having a human experience, so the spirituality part of things is a very huge part. This is just an experience. This human life is just that much of time, because time is an illusion, right? And so this, what we experience as 24 days is probably like seconds, if milliseconds, in the spirit realm. This is just a small part, and we can't get so weighed down and dense that we forget that we're here on a mission. We can't get so bogged down and stunted by love or past love situation that we forget what our purpose is, what we come here to do. Let's see, this beautiful butterfly, this blue jay has been right here with me since even before I went to sleep. I saw the blue jay, and I looked up its message, and it had to do with loyalty, solidarity, serious but not too serious, still finding that balance and that play in life. So go research the totem message for totem for blue jay for yourself. But and I don't know if I mentioned this, but this could also be an energy of someone else towards you. You know what I'm saying? This could be the energy of someone in your life. So if this is not your energy, this may be how someone is feeling about you. They're very sad about how they treated you in a relationship. This has left a hole in their soul, and they're having a hard time finding serenity. You know what I'm saying? Because they have now realized and noticed that they've awakened to your purpose in their life, and they are really tormented as to how they treated you, because you over here living your best life. You know what I'm saying? With the Six of Cups here, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and Six of Pentacles. Like, you are healing yourself. You're independent, successful, you're being guided by spirit, and you are creating six of pentacles here. You're creating your abundance. You're not waiting for someone to come along and bring it to you. You are creating it. And if you're not creating your abundance, this is what spirit wants you to get to. Spirit wants you to be in the, look, Blue Jay done really came down here right next to me. A blue jay has never been that close to me. And first and foremost, he's just been hopping from tree to tree around me. Like, my guy. What up, Blue Jay? Yeah, okay. That's my dude. That's my guy. That's obviously one of my totems, along with Hawk. But Spirit wants you to come out of this energy of turmoil, truly heal that past relationship within yourself. You don't need that person around, whether they're alive or if they've moved on. You can still get that closure. You can still find that closure. You know what I'm saying? You just have to seek. You have to look for ways to heal. And definitely going, like I said before, going out into Mother Earth, doing yoga while you're out here. When you are outside, sit in the sun and allow the sun to just beam onto your third eye, to your forehead. Just let it, just sit and cleanse, and to burn away all of that, the negative thoughts, to cleanse your ori, and I did hear somebody speak earlier today that you want to start trying to create your crystalline body, as I heard something about 1,000 degrees, right? So if things get to 1,000 degrees, a lot of things are going to burn off. You want to try to start creating your light body. And I have no idea on how to do that, other than just going, as much as possible, going outside, sitting in the sun, and allowing your body, and meditating in the sun, and allowing your body to just get used to being in that sunlight, and to transmute the heat from the sun to where it doesn't bother you, because nobody has ever experienced 1,000 degrees. But that's neither here nor there. That was, I don't know, that may spark something in some of y'all. Some y'all may hear it somewhere else. I don't know. So right now, take it in, let it go in one ear, and somewhat out the other. If it comes back up, you're gonna remember it. But again, this past love or a past love has had left a hole in your heart. But I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to be, or are on that path to truly healing yourself, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like you've reconciled within yourself. Okay, you have become okay with being alone. You're not conforming to society in the way of like, oh well, you need a man or a partner to be happy. No, you found that happiness within yourself, and in doing so, you've brought that balance. You've healed that hole in your heart. If you hadn't done those things, then it's time for you to do those things, so that you can get in tune with your mission. Get in tune with your life purpose, and to truly find serenity. Because you can't base your happiness on a mortal being, because they're not promised to you. They're not promised. And so if you base your life solely on someone else to make you happy, then what are you going to do when you lose that person? And the bottom of the deck card here is the Death card. If you do lose that person, is that the end of you? No, you're going to have to find the strength to carry on and to move forward. So find the strength now while you have them, so that you can overcome that fear of losing them and enjoy them even the more in this moment. Okay, so I pulled out a few more cards. So the first card out, look at that, the King of freaking Cups. So that's that mastery of your emotions, not allowing outside circumstances to shift you, to move you, to make you act in an emotional way. And then clarifying that is the Two of Swords, which is the energy of indifference, not able to make a decision, not seeing the reality for what it is, and creating from that point. You know, you got to be honest with yourself, because you're going through a deep transformation. Like, I'm sitting here trying to hold the cards down so that the wind don't blow it, but it did blow up the Death card, and underneath it was the Four of Wands, which is, for me, you know, the fours represent self, and the Four of Wands, I feel, is you really being one within yourself. This deep transformation that you're going through is bringing you to the place of peace and serenity within yourself. Underneath the Serenity card is Divine Intelligence. Divine Intelligence is highlighting to us the things that are blocking our soul growth and blocking us from doing the work. Okay, so under the King of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, and these are beautiful. These cards are absolutely beautiful. They are the Egyptian tarot cards, and I've just been laying underneath Ra, and the Sun card is out here. Look, Ra. Been underneath that Ra Sun energy, and I'm just loving these cards right now. But this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents a mentor, a preacher, or a priest or priestess. It's usually more of a masculine. The Hierophants are masculine adepts within a spiritual practice, and the High Priestess, which is, you know, a card too, or that represents the feminine side of it. So so this could be a masculine energy who's feeling this sadness, you know, this lack of serenity, this lack of balance in the area of romance because of how they treated a divine feminine energy in the past. But Spirit says accept the reality for what it is. You know, take accountability. And I feel like that's what this is saying here. This Nine of Swords, this anxious energy. The Nine of Swords is sleepless nights, just restless. You can't really, you know, get a good night's sleep because you're so, there's just so much drama and stuff around you, which could be karma from the way that you've treated certain people. But Spirit is saying, you know, get deeper into your spiritual practices. And that's exactly what the one of the messages that came from the Blue Jay totem that I read earlier is that this could also, the Blue Jay could be a symbol of, you know, alerting you that it's time for you to go deeper into your spiritual practices. So I feel like this is what Spirit is calling for. As we segue into the next row of cards, we have the Hermit, which is that card of isolation, of solitude. Because, you know, the Blue Jay card also spoke about spiritual isolation. Like, you feel like you may be feeling like you are you have been abandoned by spirit, you know. And if that is the case, the only reason that would be is because you're vibrating at a low level. Like, there's a deep transformation going on globally, okay? And so if you're still doing the same stuff that you did, 10 years ago, or practicing religion, or if you're practicing religion, because religion is there's a cap on religion, and the only way that you can get past that glass ceiling when it comes to religion is to die. It's just like, when you die, then you're going to see the glory of the Lord, and you know what I'm saying. And Spirit wants us to know that that way I don't feel like was ever the truth. It was a false teaching. Look at that. Remember, we had the 9 of Swords with the Hierophant. False teaching. Those old ways were manipulations. At the end of the day, it was manipulation by the people who were in power that had an agenda. And Spirit said, it is time for you to go into isolation, to really go into the darkness, go into the unknown. Because clarifying the 9 of the Major Arcana 9 card, which is the Hierophant, is the 5 of Cups, which we saw earlier. It's like that deep regret, crying over spilt milk, relationships or things that didn't work out because you were trying to do things in an old manner. And that time has come and gone. I don't even think it was successful back in the day. But your ancestors are here, and they're pushing you to heal, because there is enlightenment. There's enlightenment here for you, But with the Knight of Swords, it's time to do the work. It's time to do the work. Wow, we got the King and the Queen of Pentacles. King and Queen of Cups out here. We saw her earlier too. But it's time for you to do the work. And your ancestors, your spirit guides, your spirit team is here to help you do that. To help you heal your heart, Queen of Cups, and to move on to calmer waters, 6 of Swords. You got to do this for you, not for anyone else. And this is a journey that you ultimately have to do alone. You can have partners and people that may guide you and help you along the way, but this is a journey that you have to do alone. Can't no one get that synchronization for you. You have to experience that. You have to feel that. And the only way you're going to be able to feel that is if you're looking for it. If you seek, you shall find. So you got to be open to the many ways that Spirit communicates with you, even your intuition. The Blue Jay spoke about the intuition as well. Your intuition. And that's, again, the signs and symbols and omens, which could be different birds. So when you are out and about within nature, with this Earth Force card here, balancing out your aura, look at what insects, even insects are messengers. Look what insects come along. I even saw a ladybug. You know what I'm saying? So look up the total message for the for whatever insects you may see, whatever birds you may see. When you go out, have a bottle of water, and you pour libations for the ancestors. Pour water onto Mother Earth, and nourish her, and give thanks. Before I came back, when I went back to my car to grab a few things, I went to a tree that I went to almost every day that I, truly felt was a rock for me during a hard time. You know, because even the trees have souls. The trees have messages. The trees have healing energy. So go hug a tree. You know, maybe there's a tree when you go to the park that has that grabs your attention. Go sit next to that tree. Put your back against that tree and just absorb the energy, absorb the love that the tree gives you. Send love. Speak to the tree. It's just like, you know, I saw an interview with Sinead Harnett, and she was talking about this guy, this toxic guy that she used to date. But the one thing that she took from him, and she's British, so she had this accent, so I know I'm not going to do it right, but he's like more part of like the, you know, who's like on the ghetto side of Britain, you know, and they have a botany or potany, I don't know what they call it, the people, but they have, but anyway, she's like, you know, every now and now, she's like, now every time when I go out and to, you know, go outside, I say, hello, nature. You know, so speak to nature, speak to the trees, speak to the birds, you know, because they all have a purpose, and they bring messages from your ancestors, your spirit guides, from your spirit team, from your higher self. So spirit wants you to get more in tune with your higher self and act in integrity. Your higher self is not going to guide you to cheat on someone. Your higher self is not going to guide you into a relationship where you're not being fulfilled, where, you know, you're being abused. Your higher self is not going to allow you to stay in anything like that. When you stay in relationships that are not fulfilling, stay in relationships that are abusive, you know, you're betraying yourself. You're knocking your self-esteem down every time you continue to take the shit. Every time you sacrifice your needs in a situation or a relationship, or you go without when you know that you deserve more. You are worthy of the best, and nothing is too good for you. You know? So, I guess we'll pull a few more cards, and then we'll wrap this here up. Got the Lover's card, and the Ten of Cups, and the Judgment card. Wow. For me, the Lover's card is you activating your God self, your God mind. The Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the deck. So you're activating your God mind so that you can tap into this energy of serenity and happiness, so that you can again answer the call, discover your life purpose. And then to do that, if there are any childhood traumas that you need to heal that inner child. If you are a masculine person who womanized women in the past, you need to heal that divine feminine side of you. And then, of course, you need to act in a balanced divine masculine way. And this can go for a woman as well. You need to heal that inner child if you've ever experienced any childhood trauma or sexual abuse. You know, ground and heal that, and know that that circumstance was not you, was not your fault. You know, and if you didn't have anything to do with it, accept accountability for the fact that you were ignorant. You didn't know. You didn't really know the full repercussions of what that decision would have in your lifetime. You know, maybe you were, hey, there go Blue Jay, he's still around here, he's so gorgeous. Maybe you were a woman that used your sexual wiles to scheme men. You know, all women for the most part are very intuitive. Maybe you use those intuitive powers in a cunning and sly, underhanded way, not for the integrity. You didn't use that for the good of all. You use your intuition and those spiritual powers selfishly. You need to heal that. And maybe you did that because of how you were treated as a child, you know, and you felt unworthy, so you felt you have to go underhanded ways to be treated the way you wanted to be treated, to be seen the way you wanted to be seen, or to get what it is that you want. And you need to also heal, work on your divine masculine side. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine energy. The right side represents the masculine in regards to metaphysics, and the left side represents the feminine side. The color for the masculine side is red, and the color for the feminine side is actually blue, like the water, emotions, So, Spirit is calling you. And the only way for you to know how to do what it is that Spirit is calling you to do, you need to discover your life purpose. But you can't do that if you're muddled from maybe a past. Like I said, it could even be religion. Maybe religion has hurt you. It's time for you to heal that hurt and know that it is not your fault. You live in a world that, has societal norms, and you've been brainwashed to believe and to think the way they want you to believe, in a way that is going to help further their agenda. But their agenda is coming to an end. Remember, we have the death card. A deep transformation is happening globally. Okay? And so that old way is dying, is dead. The powers that were, we no longer need to say that be anymore. The powers that were. Because the people are taking their power back. We don't need anyone to tell us how to act or how to think. We all process information differently. Earth signs, water signs, air signs, fire signs. We all process information differently. So one way is not going to work. That's the beauty of spirituality. You search and you find what works for you, and you develop your own individual truth, and you develop your own individual truth in love and in integrity. And so that this is what your spirit guides and your spirit team is, wanting you to do with the justice card here. Balance, you see, with the scales. Ma'at. Spirit wants to bring you balance. Wants to help you right the wrongs, or right wrongs done to you, so that you can release the burdens that have had you tied up with the hangman here. Had you held back and stunted. I just saw 3313. I thought it was 3333. Not quite yet. Help release you from those things that had you tied up. Those burdens that you've been carrying that did not belong to you. Those burdens that you were carrying came from society, came from religion, came from maybe parents and the things that they put on you. That wasn't your story. You came here and they gave you a story and a script and say you need to act this out. But that's not the story or the script that Spirit, your higher self, had when it came down here. So it's time for you to go into that solitude and that energy. Isolation, I feel, is forced, but solitude is a choice. Go into that willful solitude with the 9 of Wands here. Set up those healthy boundaries and really get in tune with yourself and what it is that you want and what you desire out of life. Undergo that deep transformation with the Death card here. Really get to know you with the 4 of Wands, and tap into your intuition, because that is the language of spirit, of the spirit realm. Your intuition. Invest the time, Seven of Pentacles, that you need in hearing the ashe, the awful ashe that many messengers have, spirit earth angels have, because it's going to help you to heal that abandonment that you may have felt, that society and religion keeps. This is what keeps a lot of people bound, is that energy of feeling like, okay, well, I abandonment. But the only way you can be abandoned is if you put so much weight on someone else and outside influences, because you can never abandon yourself. You're always with you. You know what I'm saying? So gain that confidence within yourself. Page of Pentacles. This is a new idea. You know, this is a new offer. This is you've been offered a new beginning to overcome the mental conflict that you may have been existing in, and to come into the mind frame of abundance. Come into an abundance mentality. With the Ace of Pentacles here, which could be a windfall of abundance, a windfall of blessings. An opportunity that brings this is a clean slate. At this point, it's your decision if you're going to go into wealth or if you're going to stay in poverty. This is a new opportunity, a fresh start. And I think you're going to do the work here with the Eight of Pentacles, which is doing the work, perfecting your skill. Because the question in my mind was, okay, are they going to take this opportunity? I feel like you are. And so I applaud you. So proud of the bravery that it takes for you to turn your back on, you know, the way, the old habits you had, and how you're going to be cultivating new habits. How you're going to believe, you know, begin to believe in yourself. Not being afraid of being alone and in your own energy. You know, you've probably been in a karmic relationship that, like I said, when your heart chakra is blocked or unhealed, that can block your finances. Right? And a karmic relationship can come in many ways. It can come in a spouse, it can come in a mother. But you have to have trust and faith in yourself. You need to develop that within yourself. Trust and faith that if you do have to walk away and be in this orphan energy and be alone, know that alone time is going to strengthen you into knighthood. You have what it takes within you. Oh man, poor little bird. I mean, not bird, but bug. And he's steady walking towards me. Every time I move, now he's shifting towards me. And I apologize, like, homie, you was in the way, and look, I'm literally moving and he's freaking following me. Why are you trying to crawl on me, dude? Like, he is literally following me. I accidentally knocked his wings off. I didn't try to. Okay, now he's going some other way. Thank you. Like, I don't want you crawling on me. My bad, bro, but I ain't even tell you to come over here. Minding my own business. But I don't know, I feel like this, you may be moving, maybe going on, maybe you need to go on a vacation, traveling. Look at that, Atlantis, to peace, to stepping in your power. You know, when you begin to see, you know, the people in your life for, you know, their purpose in your life. Like I said, if it is a mother or, okay, a mother figure or a spouse that you may be leaving. You've come to understand that they were put in your life to provide you with those challenges, you know, because those are the times that we grow the most, when we are challenged, you know. If everything was just handed to us, we'll be weak. And we have to be strong for the next generation and not have everything handed over and just given to us. Heaven. Look at that, the breaking. Exactly, the breaking. Is what allowed us to come together. We have heaven, the breaking, and coming together. Right? The breaking is what allowed us, is what's going to allow us to come together with that heaven energy. You know, with that serenity. And maybe a mother figure or a spouse was a karmic in your life. And we need to thank them. We need to thank our karmics. You know what I'm saying? And we need to understand and accept what role why Spirit put them in that role in our life. You know, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Pressure turns coal into diamonds. You know? And it was tough, it was hard. But the trust and faith card was there too. The breaking was there to help you build trust and faith in yourself and in Spirit, to help you take your claws out of maybe a spouse or a mother figure to the point where you feel like you can't exist without them, to the point where you would just allow. I mean, there's so many blue jays. I thought it was just that one, but I'm seeing like two now. See, 2 blue jays. So there must be a lot of blue jays in this area. But there has to be one over me too, in this tree. Anyway, you know, I feel like Spirit said they had to break you up with those people. They had to break up that relationship with that spouse. They had to break up that relationship with that mother figure, because you were too dependent on them to the point where you weren't able to focus on your mission that they brought you here to do. You know, you wasn't really, you know, developing your skills and your spiritual skills and strengths and elevating in your vibration to help humanity, the world, and to help usher the globe and just everyone into this new energy. Like, you were possibly a major key, a chosen person in this mission, but those relationships kept you down. And look, the card I just pulled out is 3 to 1. You know? And I feel like that's that divine masculine, divine feminine, the inner child energy, all merging into one, into your God self. into a collective consciousness energy, doing what's best for, for all, the highest good of all. And being in those relationships wasn't for the highest good of all. It was enabling possibly that mother and that spousal figure, and it was neglecting yourself. But you need to get into your God energy, rings of time. And that's just a journey, right? And so as you go into this new energy and this unknown energy of healing, you may be traveling back through the rings of time, through the past, because that's where you heal, that's where the childhood traumas and all of those things happen. Even, the karmic relationships. And you may be feeling like you're falling because it's just so much. But have trust and faith and spirit and stay the course. Don't run away from your feelings. Feel them. Ride the cosmic wave, as we have the riding the cosmic wave card come out. Ride this cosmic wave across the waters, through all of the emotions. Feel these emotions, because eventually it will become softer, as a soft card just came out. It won't be as hard. It won't be as tough. Okay, there is a bird. It's not the blue jay. Not a blue jay. Because I know there's a bird in this tree because it's loud. Wow, look at that. It's going to become softer, this energy. As you go through the emotions, you feel them and you learn the lessons. And then guess what card just came out? Earth Angel. And then you will become that Earth Angel for possibly someone else. Possibly for that mother energy or that spouse. Because they are just living life from what they've been taught. But now that you've gone through the journey and maybe separated yourself and learned from your mistakes, or just taking your power back, it's leaving them in that energy of the unknown, because they're so used to draining your energy, of treating you a certain way to make them feel better. But now they don't have that anymore. And so they're being forced to change. And that's how it works. The spiritual journey is, as you elevate and raise your vibration, everything around you have no choice but to raise its vibration as well. Sweet soul rising, right? So tap into that, to your power, into your energy. Don't resist the breaking, okay? Because it has to happen. It's just part of the journey, but that's not the whole journey, okay? Have trust and faith. I have the Swan card here. I have no books in here. I wish I had the book for this deck. I'm going to have to make sure I look for it and put it in the car so I can keep it in here. But the Swan, you're transforming into the beautiful Swan, angel of Jupiter awakening. And Jupiter is can be like a very spiritual planet, so you're really awakening to your spirit, to your spirit journey, your life purpose, your life mission. And it has to do with your spiritual journey, gifts received. As you go through this journey and face and stay strong and steadfast with trust and faith in the breaking, you're going to receive some spiritual gifts. You're going to receive spiritual gifts that are going to help you weather the storm and to help others. Trust the process. It is a process. Wow. And like I said before, the opportunity is here. With the Ace of Pentacles, remember the Ace of Pentacles came out? This is a time of great potential. But look, the choice. It's up to, like I said before, it's up to you to choose though. Are you going to choose abundance, or are you going to remain stagnant and just getting the breadcrumbs? Because there's so much more out there. Streets paved in gold, right? But so much is given, much is required. So be brave. You are a warrior. No one wants to go into struggle. No one wants to struggle. But it doesn't have to be a struggle. It's all about your perception with the hangman, right? The hangman card talks about your perception. If you see this as spirit strengthening you for the overall good and the highest good of all, maybe it won't be that hard to go through. Because you've been through struggle before, but you didn't have this mentality or that mind frame, or maybe this perception of the what you're going through. But have faith and trust in yourself and the journey. Ride that cosmic wave and awaken to your fullest potential for the highest good of all. All right, family, that's what I have for you. I hope that helped in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I love you all, and until next time, peace. Well, I just want to say, you may hear a lot of people, kind of end their videos like this, but though I don't have a lot of views and stuff, go through the list. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've always ended my videos the same way. Okay, so maybe everybody on the same page, or maybe at one point they may have clicked one of them old videos and took your girl Jiz. You know what I'm saying? She doing the most. Don't mind her. Could be true, could be not. Who cares? But anyway, love y'all. I'm out.